So I was saying that about 4 different type of process. India is actually market for a bulk tea. Bulk tea means which comes in the tea bags or chai like that.
Yes.
For that kind of process, mostly that kind of tea mostly they do one of the process is called CTC. That means crushing, tearing, curling the leaves. For that we need only 4 kilo leaves to get 1 kilo final tea. And for a quality tea we do orthodox process. For that we need about 5 to 7 kilo leaves depending on the quality we want or depending on the grade we want to get 1 kilo final tea. So in this factory this is the orthodox tea process, and this is the first and the longest stage. This is called withering. When we pick the tea leaves, it will have about 90 or 95% of moisture. You can imagine when it is a fresh leaves. And when we crush them with the same moisture condition, or when we roll them, we might lose the juice from the leaves. When we are losing the juice means we are also losing the medicinal values. To concentrate them or arrest the medicinal values within the leaves, we bring the moisture level down to about 60 or 65% depending on the market requirement. Some factories they do about 55%, some factories they do about 65%. That's what they do here. They'll be spreading the whole tea here after the picking. You see that they're spreading it like that, and then it will stay here between 8 to 16 hours depending on the quantity and the climatical condition outside. Sometimes if it is too cold or so, they will also blow up warm air here. That's why you see the net, just to speed up the time. And after the withering, if it is an orthodox process, this tea will be sent through a rolling machine to a rolling machine. You can see there are some sacks hanging. All these sacks are actually to bring the tea down to a ground floor.
Okay.
And there it will be rolled once. It will be rolled once for about 40 minutes to 50 minutes. After one time rolling, they will have multiple sizes.
Okay.
Some will be smaller, rolled properly. Some will be not rolled properly. So they do roll breaking. They'll be putting a tea in another big roller. The small size which comes down will go for next stage. The big size will be rolled again. Like that they'll do 2 or 3 times rolling. And then after the rolling, for the black tea, we need to do oxidation. Otherwise, it will be bitter in taste. So we do oxidation. Oxidation is nothing. They will leave the tea with the contact of atmospheric air. It turns a color into brown. Same like apple or potato.
Okay.
And after oxidation, we could probably make the tea, but we cannot store them. So next stage will be drying the leaves. While drying, 2 things happens. You see this veins on the stumps. They'll become a fiber when they crush them or when they roll them. These fibers will be sticking to each other, but when we do the drying with the hot air, they will go separate. So the light particles and the heavy particles will be separated. So the fibers all will be separated from the leaves. So the next stage will be separating the fibers by electrostatic method. You remember in the school time we will play with the scale. We heat it up and you lift the hair or small papers. So same technology used here, static electricity. So they will remove the fibers, then we get the final tea.
This is a temperature control.
Yeah. So in the final tea there are no different grades, and the grade comes by size. They separate at the final stage. They will be separating by sizes. Then we get a different grades. This is all about the orthodox process. If it is CTC, same leaf again. Withering will be the same. Instead of rolling, it will be crushed in a sharpened rollers, and then oxidation, drying, separating into different sizes, separating the fibers and grading into different sizes. And if it is a green tea, the traditional method is steaming the leaves. Steaming the leaves, rolling them, drying them without oxidation. So since no oxidation, the color remains green. It's bitter in taste. But nowadays what they do, they don't steam them. They bring the tea leaves, they chop them, and then they dry it immediately, then they roll it. So there is no gap to get oxidation. And we have one more tea, which is the most expensive tea. That's the white tea you see.
White.
It's only the fresh bud.
Okay.
It goes through withering and drying in a controlled temperature. It can be even sunlight.
Only this one.
Only this one.
Okay.
It's one of the most expensive tea. White.